A very, very warm welcome to the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms, more importantly 471 Papanui Road here in the heart of Papanui. We bid you a very, very good morning. By way of introduction, my name is Chris Kennedy. I'm one of two auctioneers working in the rooms here today. I'm joined by my good friend and colleague, Mr. Mark Morrison, tallest auctioneer in the country. He joins us today on the rostrum, and once again, very nice to be working alongside Thanks, you, Chris. Mark, for the continuum of today. We've had 5 auctions due to be called this week, as you'll see on our board. 2 have been brought forward, and I must say brought forward successfully, with auctions being held on Monday afternoon. Of course, Norwood Street selling at $598,000 after a brought forward offer and spirited bidding, and of course Lonsdale Street selling for $375,000. Both successful sales in the room, so we bid you all the best for your endeavours, or with your endeavours I should say, for this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, may I firstly thank and acknowledge our owners. I want to thank and acknowledge you. As we know, there is choice in the marketplace. I want to acknowledge the choice you've made to work alongside the great team here at Harcourts Gold, and just say thank you. We wish you all the very best in your endeavours today, and wish you all success that you hope for. To the buyers in the room, good luck to you. Be strong, be bold with your bidding. Yell at Mark and I. You certainly won't offend us. We look forward to your bidding. Now, let me introduce you to the Harcourts Gold auction team, the management team, business owners, and the people in the room here to help and guide you through this morning. Lynette, John McFadden, John's around somewhere. Lynette McFadden, business owner, welcome to you. Lynette, nice to have you in the room. Kyle Sutherland in the room here, executive manager here at the Papanui office. We've got Anna McKenzie, she's floating around as well, and of course Margaret Danza, who is our manager out in our Redwood office. They're the team here to help and guide you. Mark Morrison, also auctioneer, and Alana Davey, who beams out to the big wide world web. So she puts up on the screen here everything that you see. She transfers that, but she beams out to the web. We welcome online all of the viewers and all of the potential buyers and bidders that do come online and watch our auctions at any one time. Now, I know that the great team here at Harcourts Gold, they will have made available to you the LIN, the title, and the contract. The contract as approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and of course the Auckland District Law Society. They will have made that abundantly available to you leading up to today's auction. It's now to that contract, I take you, and this applies to all 3 auctions that we have up today. Now, in all cases, our sellers, they have set a confidential reserve price. It shall not be disclosed to the bidders, but subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder whose bid Mark or I accept shall be the purchaser. Now, as your auctioneers, we may nominate the sum by which bidding can be raised. We may refuse any bid should we deem it not to be in the best interest of our owners. Mark or I, or an agent acting on behalf of the seller, may place a bid on behalf of any other person in the room. And should that happen, ladies and gentlemen, Mark and I will clearly identify those bidders. I'm not aware of any phone bidders this morning, but if there is, be assured that paperwork shall be filled out. Now, pursuant to 2.5 of the contract, Mark and I are the only people able to bid on behalf of our owners and placing vendor bids. That right is reserved to us, so there are no plants in the room. We'll make those vendor bids abundantly clear, and be assured, ladies and gentlemen, they will be well below the reserve price. We'll use language such as vendor bid or bid on behalf of the owner. We'll make it very, very clear. Our sellers, they also reserve the right to withdraw the property from sale without necessarily disclosing the reserve price. Now, what that means, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't reach our reserves and we pause, we go from here outside the room with the highest bidder at the time, and of course our sellers. We'll hold some conversations. After those conversations, we'll come back in the room. We may announce several things. Firstly, that our buyer has, or the purchaser has lifted their bid. Secondly, that our sellers have readjusted their reserve, or our sellers and buyers have in fact come to an agreement and the property has been sold outside of the room. Now, it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. To avoid disappointment, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to hold that highest bid, as we will talk to you first. Now, if a dispute arises concerning any bid, Mark or I will simply determine that dispute, or will re-offer the property at the last undisputed bid. Now, at the conclusion of the auction, which is when the hammer comes down in your favour, if you are the lucky purchaser, you'll be required to do several things. Firstly, Sign the memorandum recording the sale. That's the contract. Pay a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price and complete the GST information in Schedule 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your contract today is clean, clear and concise. Cash and unconditional is your bidding. Once again, buyers, be strong with your bidding. Bid well. We wish you all the best with your decision making today, and I encourage you to go forward with that bidding. Cameron Bailey, Catherine Aiken, nice to be working alongside you. First of the day, you've had some success earlier on in the week. You're set to go, Cam. You've had a great campaign. Catherine, you're set to go. Lovely to be working alongside you. See, you've got your auction jacket on today. Good to see. Ladies and gentlemen, I take you to our first of the program this morning. It is known and formally identified as 10/285 Lawford Road, West Melton, Selwyn District. It is a freehold parcel of land, some 6.4212 hectares more or less. Now for the old school, a little bit like myself, that's a little bit over 15 acres, just to give you that in acres. It is on lot 10, deposited plan 69787. It is contained and described in Certificate of Title, volume 40C, folio 686 of the Canterbury Land Registry. Possession and settlement date, one of the same, ladies and gentlemen, 30th of October 2020, or any other such date that may have been mutually agreed upon in writing. You're bidding today, GST inclusive, Cam, so what you bid is what you pay. And of course your chattels, ladies and gentlemen, large, concise list of chattels. That hasn't changed from the draft, but I do note that the electric gates are still there, the automated irrigation system, and I love the fact that you've got a 15,000 litre tank and its own well. That all comes part and parcel with this wonderful, wonderful property. We take that your bread causes 21 through 24, and you bid, you buy on that basis. Cash and unconditional is your bidding. Let me just take you back through Lawford Road one last time, ladies and gentlemen. In this ever-changing world that we live in, paradise used to mean Pacific Islands. I would say paradise is now in Lawford Road. Today it means it is just substantial. This, to my way of thinking, is just one of those beautiful, beautiful offerings. Set down that immaculate private lane, you go through those gates, and I must say, you've got that wonderful golf course just to your right. That's a 6-hole golf course with a pond. Just for your own interest, Sir Bob Charles has played here. I do note that he did send his ball into the lake, so you need to be a little bit careful. There is a water hazard there. However, I will say that the poles and the flags, they do stay with that, with the golf courses. The house, at the home itself, very, very substantial. Multiple living spaces, a plethora of bathrooms and bedrooms, en suites, extra spaces. I love the fact that you wander up the stairs, you've got that separate living area with the kitchenette. You look out over that all-important arena, that horse arena. Yes, you can train till the late hours. Budding equestrians and Olympians, this has to be the property for you. And I would implore you to get your hands in the air, at least get your parents' hands in the air, because this is about your future, and to me this is about paradise. I could talk about this home just forever and ever. Floodlit arena, as I've said, there's 7 paddocks, there's 2 stables. Gee, it just goes on and on and on. This is a fabulous offering, ladies and gentlemen, and as I say, stamped and underpinned by that 6-hole golf course that Sir Bob Charles has played on. Ladies and gentlemen, my instructions: open the bidding on behalf of our sellers at $1,300,000. I look for 25 on the rise at $1,300,000 on a vendor bid. $1,300,000. I encourage you to bid now at $1,300,000 with me on a vendor bid. $1,300,000. I look for 1325. Is it anywhere in the room at $1,300,000? Beautiful offering, fabulous property at $1,300,000. Well, I thought we would have a number of Olympians, budding young Olympians or equestrians in the room here today at $1,300,000 on a vendor bid. $1,300,000. I look for 25 on the rise at $1,300,000. You surprised me, buyers, at $1,300,000. First call then at $1,300,000 on a vendor bid. Twice the money at $1,300,000 on a vendor bid. Third, but 1325. Welcome to you, sir. Good luck. We've got an auction. You're my new best friend. At 1,325. Happy to work with you. Play no favourites in the room here today. At 1,325. Who bids me 1,350 on the rise at 1,325? At $1,325,000. Beautiful property at 1,325. 1,325 the bid now. Once, twice, Third call then at 1325. Is there one bidder and one bidder only? You bidding, sir? Need to get your hand up in the air to be a part of it at $1,325,000. You bidding? Did I see a yip? Hear a yip? No? It's quite practically damaging, that movement, sir. That's a bit of movement, I promise you. $1,325,000 once, twice. Third call in at 1325. Will I take a vendor bid at $1,350,000? $1,350,000 with me on a vendor bid. 1350. Look to your buyers, Catherine, at 1350. Look for a rise of 25 on from here, sir, at 1350. Is there 1375 with you? 1350 is the bid. Vendor bid. Can't sell it at 1,350,000. Now's the time to put a stake in the ground, sir. 1,350,000. Bid me 75. We'll pause and have a conversation if there's no other bidding. At 1,350,000. 375? 360. Thank you, sir. 1,360,000. Afford you all the same courtesy at tens if you like at 1,360,000. Bid me 370 at 1,360,000. If there's no further bidding, I'm going to pause. We're going to have a conversation at 1,360,000. I'll give you three opportunities. Once, twice, third. We'll start pausing with you at 1,360,000. We'll find some space outside. We'll have a conversation with you and our owners, and wish you all the very, very best with your endeavours. Pausing 1,360,000. Your buyer, Catherine Aiken.
We move right along now to our second property of three here this morning. Very nice to be joining all of you here in the Harcourts Gold auction rooms. I also note Nairi Baker has just come into the room from our Harcourts Gold property management team. So if you have any property management needs or requirements, do make yourself known to Nairi. I'm sure that she'll be more than happy to help you out. Well, as I said, we move forward now, and I welcome in Debbie Soper. Debbie, looking magnificent as usual. Lovely to be working alongside you once more. You've been looking after our beautiful owners at number 42 Glencullen Drive in Casebrook, Christchurch. It's more formally described as being an estate in fee simple, some 683 generous square metres of land, lot 47, on deposit of plan 78380, which is all outlined on the certificate of title that Debbie and the team will have made available to each and every one of you. Now, the list of chattels, it is extensive in its detail. It does remain as circulated. I do just note some of those excluded chattels there. There's the safe in the hall cupboard, the glass house, the round shelf in the entrance, and the bird bath. Don't expect to see them there come settlement date. Vacant possession, that is of course guaranteed come that conjoined settlement and possession date, which is set out for 28 days from the date of sale or any other date as mutually agreed upon by your good selves and our lovely owners. Finally, I draw your attention to those further terms of sale, clauses 21 and 22 towards the rear of the agreement. But as Chris mentioned earlier, all of your bidding, I should say, is cash, and it is unconditional here. Well, let's go and take another look through Glencullen Drive. This is a spacious 275 square metre ex-show home. So a lot of space. It's seated, it's sited to make the most of all of the outdoor spaces. There's outstanding indoor living spaces that you see there, a lot of flexibility, a wonderful home for entertaining, and I love the fact that it just overlooks Tulloch Park as well. That gives a real sense of calm and peace as you peer out the window. Perhaps if you've got children, that I would suggest is a great place for them to be able to play. You've got a free park, a backyard, and you don't even have to mow the lawns as well, so a whole lot of upside there. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the multiple living spaces, as I mentioned before, inside and outside. You're not going to want for space here. There's certainly plenty of it here at number 42. The features are plenty. I love that exposed underside of the stairwell, as you see in the living room there. That's a really nice touch. Those windows that have been thoughtfully placed throughout the property, letting in a lot of that natural light throughout this home. This is a sensational home. Speaking to my beautiful owners yesterday, they said this is a really friendly neighbourhood. They know a lot of their neighbours. This is a place where you have the opportunity not only to live in a sensational home, but to make some lifelong friends. I would suggest popping around with a bottle of your favourite adult beverage will open up doors and create friendships that will last for many, many years to come. So Glencullen Drive, I'm in your hands, folks. What's our opinion on value? What's our opinion on price? Tell me what you'd like to pay. Who'll set me away? It went well, Chris. Everyone's brought their library cards, not their bidding hands.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Well, perhaps a little bit of a suggestion from the auctioneer is what you require to kick things off. Can I suggest $870,000 to get things underway? I would expect a Mexican wave of hands at that level.
A Mexican hand of waves?
A Mexican hand of waves. I've said that better before, Chris, that's for sure. At $870,000, can I suggest? Very good. Well, I'll open up the bidding then on behalf of my owners at $870,000. Great buying at that level, I would suggest. I would want to put our hands in the air above that level at this level. At $870,000, I'll give you 3 chances to bid. First chance at $870 for Glencullen Drive. Wonderful family home at these levels. Second opportunity now at $870. Third final time at $870,000. Silent. Well, you surprised me, folks. I'm going to take another vendor bid, not selling at these levels. Advance the bidding now through to $890,000. If you've got any interest in this home, now's the time to bid. Now's the time to put the hand in the air. But at $890,000 on my second vendor bid, not selling at these levels, won't surprise any of you good people. First, second, third final time at $890. All done. All silent. Well, Debbie, I'm going to take one more vendor bid on behalf of our lovely owners then. Advance the bidding through to $910,000. I'm all out at that stage. I won't place any more vendor bids. So if you have any interest unconditionally in the property, now is the time to bid. Now's the time to put your hand in the air for that first chance to speak. First, second, third final time at $910. Are we sure we're all done, all silent? All just come to watch the auctioneer talk. Very good. Well, Debbie, we are going to pass the property back in. We'll continue to work with our beautiful owners. Should you have any interest in the property, conditionally or otherwise, do make yourself known to Debbie or, in fact, the agent that you're working with, and I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to help you out. Your patience. I bring your attention back to the front of the room. I sound like a school teacher there, Chris, don't I? But I welcome in Mr. Mark O'Loughlin and Chris Collins, Batman and Robin of the Redwood office. They've been looking after you, good people. You can choose who's who. I don't really mind. Oh, mate, I've been called worse, so I'll take it, Mark. Absolutely. We've been bringing to the market number 207 bar 272 Barbados Street in Christchurch Central, more formally described as being an estate in Stratnam in freehold, being principal unit 24 and auxiliary unit 24A, which is all outlined on the certificate of title that Mark and Chris made available to each and every one of you. The chattels list, it remains unchanged. It is as circulated. Vacant possession that is guaranteed come settlement date, which is set up for the 26th of August. Incidentally, that is a Wednesday, the 26th of August. And I draw your attention to no further terms of sale. In fact, Chris, so basically, very nice, clean, concise contracts. Your bidding is, of course, cash, and it is unconditional here this morning. Well, 207 bar 272 Barbados Street in Christchurch. This really has to be inner city living at its best. This is an enviable position here in the central city. A brand new apartment with all the modern comforts that you would expect. The double glazing, the insulation, there's the reverse cycle heat pump, and the under tile heating in the bathroom as well, so you'll be able to make that tiptoe dash to the shower in the morning in the bare feet. No worries there at all. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That gives flexibility. There'll be no fighting over the shower or for mirror space in the morning there. I love that open plan living that you see there, and then that just easily steps out onto that balcony, a nice westerly aspect there in the balcony, so you can enjoy the afternoon sun. The location, as I mentioned before, in Barbados Street, outstanding opportunity for anyone with an eye to the future. With a new sports stadium, you've got Latimer Square just down the road as well. You can certainly leave the car at home here and wander into town, socialise, head to the game, head to the concerts, and make use of all of that this wonderful city of Christchurch has to offer. Now, I know there's a few people watching online as well, as Chris mentioned before, so welcome in to you. If you're keeping an eye on proceedings, do make yourself known to Mark after the auction, should we not have the opportunity to sell today. Where's our opening offer? Where do we kick things off? What do we say? Barbados Street. The room descends into silence again. They all came to see you this morning, Chris, clearly.
Well, they're only human.
That's right. They can't help themselves. That's right. Well, can I suggest 400,000? A nice, comfortable level to kick things off then at 400,000 for Barbados Street. I would have thought that would be a nice, comfortable level to kick things underway. Very good. Well, you pause. I certainly won't at 400,000. I'll kick things off then on a vendor bid. I've got to get this suit back to the rental shop by 12 noon today. So we'll get things moving along nice and quickly. At 400,000 on a vendor bid with me, I welcome in your interest in $10,000 movements from there. Perhaps another 10,000 on top would be a nice, comfortable level to start. But at 400,000, I have on a vendor bid first chance for Barbados Street. Brand new apartment, central location. Second chance. Need to see your hand in the air, need to see your participation. Third final time at $400,000. Very good. Well, I'm going to advance the bidding on behalf of my lovely owners then, another $10,000 north. I just nudged things north to $410,000. If you've got any interest unconditionally, now's the time to play. Need to see your hand in the air for the opportunity to buy. At $410,000 first. Second, third final time at 410, Mark, Chris, this surprises me for an inner city pad such as this. Well, I'm going to take one last final bid then at 420,000, nudge things north once more. I'm all out, I'm all done at this stage at 420,000. That's my last vendor bid at 420,000. I'll take a 5 if it helps from anyone in the room. First, second, third final time at 420,000. We all done, all silent. Very good. Well, Mark, I'm going to officially pass the property back into yourself. And Chris, I understand as well we have instructions from our owners, which I'm very happy to announce that the property is now officially priced at $469,000. So anyone watching online waiting for that breaking news, anyone here in the room, the property is now priced at $469,000. If you've got any interest at or around that level, I suggest you make yourself known to Chris and Mark. And I don't expect that this property will be lasting long at that price. Very good. Thank you, folks. We'll sit tight and await an update from Mr. Chris Kennedy on our first offering in Lawford Road, West Melton.
Welcome back to the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms. I do apologise for the delay in proceedings. We must be mindful that those making the decisions, both buying and selling, are au fait and comfortable with their decisions in terms of putting deals together. Ladies and gentlemen, I left the room with the bid at $1,360,000 for 10/285 Lawford Road, and I'm delighted to announce that the property has been withdrawn and sold outside the auction room. So congratulations to both our buyers and our sellers. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program of 5 auctions today. We have one brought forward tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Do come along for that. And next week we have a catalogue of some 13 offerings to be held in the gold auction rooms on Thursday from 10 a.m. We look forward to your participation. On behalf of myself, Cameron Bailey, John McFadden, Lynette McFadden, thank you for taking the time to come along, and may the rest of your day be the best of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.